My question is actually about the casinos. I still remember several years ago when the casinos are still at planning stage, there was hot debate within Singapore about whether these casinos will bring down the moral standard of the Singaporean people. So now the casinos are here, and for probably several months and a year or so. And now looking back, so how does the Singaporean government think about the casinos? Are they good? Are they not good? And have they really bring down any moral standard of Singaporean people? So that's my question. Thank you.
We had a very strong debate in Singapore over whether or not to have what we call euphemistically integrated resorts. I can say this hand on the heart that, this was actually one of the factors that changed our minds, that they are in fact integrated resorts and not just casinos. Because if we had said, well, let's open a couple of casinos in Singapore, it's a good source of revenue, I think the answer would have been no. But the whole model of integrated resorts incorporating casinos had changed from 20 or 30 years ago. And it offered a suite of facilities which we felt could fit in a cosmopolitan city like Singapore. And we thought through very carefully about the kinds of social safeguards that we would need. And we also looked at the realities of the environment around us. You see, we used to say, well, we think we shouldn't have casinos and it's not good for us and so forth. But in fact, casinos were sprouting up all around us. You can get on a ferry in the eastern part of Singapore. Half an hour later, you are basically in an offshore island, not in Singapore. And you can effectively go to a casino there. You can drive for 2 hours and be in Kuala Lumpur and be in a casino there. And with the advent of cheap flights, you can get on a plane for almost nothing and go to Macau and be in a casino. So this idea that if you don't have a casino in Singapore, then people will be insulated from gambling had essentially broken down. So we thought that it's time that we grew up. And we looked at it very carefully, and we decided that we were ready to make that step. But we put in some very interesting social safeguards. Those of you who are non-Singaporean, you can go to the casino and you just walk in. You show your passport. Why you need to show your passport is because if you're a Singaporean, you have to pay 100 Singapore dollars to get in. So I'm not sure whether you consider it a privilege or an ability or a disability on your part that you can walk in. You don't have to overcome the $100 to succumb to your temptation. But Singaporeans, we decided that, we set at $100. And why did we set it at $100? Because that's about what it would cost you to get on a ferry or get on a bus and go to the next nearest casino. And so we set it at that. So we put in some social safeguards to make sure that we have some protections for our people. And I think we are satisfied with the outcome of these two integrated resorts that we have here in Marina Bay Sands and in Resort World Sentosa. There are two different offerings, and they have really made a major change to the entertainment tourism scene in Singapore. One comment which may be of interest to people in the financial services industry. I was talking to someone over dinner a couple of weeks ago, and he said, the casinos have, changed my lifestyle. So I said, in what way? He said, it used to be, I think it's in private banking. So he said, it used to be my clients would call me up and say, I need to talk to you. Can you come to XYZ, tomorrow, and this would be Friday or something, and he's going to get on a plane on Saturday and fly off to somewhere in China or somewhere in Indonesia or somewhere in India and meet his clients. Now what he does is he gets a phone call on a Friday, and his client will tell him, I need to talk to you. Can you book me a hotel room in Singapore? I'm coming over. So they are coming over now to see him because they need to see him. And so he needs to travel a little less and spend a little more time with his family. And maybe he sees a few more clients because maybe he can see a few of them on that Saturday and Sunday while they're in Singapore, I suppose, doing business. So it's been helpful. So all in, we are quite satisfied with the outcome. There will be some social concerns, and I'm confident that we can deal with them.